Good evening, my name is Emil Harkleroad and I will be discussing the risk management process for Unit 5. So first let's go over what a risk register is. It is used to track the risks and identify various issues with the project. It is also used at the onset of the project and continually revisited during the life cycle of the project. And it takes into account triple constraints such as cost, time, and scope of the project. And in the risk register, we also have the qualitative and quantitative analysis of the risk, where we also identify and describe the risk, identify its causes, the probability of occurrence, impact of the risk of the project, the response that we take, and the risk owner, who the risk owner is. As for risk control, it is a process where risk is tracked through progress reports and deliverable status in an effort to monitor and control both pre-identified and new risks. It uses the project register as a reporting tool. And risk control involves identifying new risks, keeping track of existing risks, risk reclassification as necessary throughout the project, and also risk reporting. The risk assessment chart. It is created to show the relationship between a risk's probability of occurrence and the impact on the project. A risk assessment uses low, medium, and high to rate occurrence as well as impact, and that's for the qualitative portion of it. And for the more quantitative portion of it, we can use a scatter chart with numerical values attached to the risk occurrence and impact, such as a scale from 1 to 10, and this would be the risk probability and impact matrix. Next, onto the risk mitigation matrix. The risk mitigation component of the risk management process can include a risk matrix where the mitigation techniques used for each identified risk is assessed qualitatively and quantitatively. And the first step in identifying a risk, first we need to perform a SWOT analysis that stands for strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. And the next step is for us to provide detailed identification of the risk through, first we can do interviewing. We can interview our project team members, stakeholders, vendors, and other related outside agencies for what they could think might be a risk that we can encounter on our project. We can also perform document reviews where the project team can look at similar past projects to identify the risks that they encountered and model our risk management and learn from the risk response that were used in those projects. Next, on how to address subjectivity and probability and impact analysis, risk analysis. And so like in a project, there are various stakeholders and they each have different perspectives on which risk will be more impactful and have more probability of occurrence than the other. And in order to address the subjectivity and the probability and impact of risk analysis, we can use the Monte Carlo simulation approach, which allows us to see the range of possible outcomes against the probability of each value using inputs from various areas such as time, performance, return on investment, and costs. So that's my discussion for this week. Thank you for listening.